During special counsel Jack Smith's congressional testimony today, Donald Trump appeared to have a bit more on his mind, and thankfully for all of us, the delusional wannabe tyrant posted all of his internal dialogue on his Truth Social, and he posted almost 50 individual things in an hour today. Yeah, yikes. Some of what was posted includes the 2020 election. You can guess what that was about, his failing poll numbers, and MLK, which he posted about him today, but not on actual MLK Day. So I guess better late than never. But just wait and see. We'll put a note in that one. There was also so much more. If we went through all of the posts that he did, we would be here for hours. So I have delved into the deeps of Truth Social and picked the cream of the crop, the best of the best for us to look at, to jump right in and analyze and watch and enjoy some of Trump's most deranged posts from today. Enjoy. But before we continue, I just want to say real quick that if you like what you see here in this video, be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. It is a great and easy and free way to show your support, and it would help us out here at Raw America a whole lot, and we'd really appreciate it. So if you can do us a favor and hit the subscribe button, like, comment, all the good stuff, you know how to do it, that would be great. All right, that's enough. Let's go on with the video. Let's start with this post here from Trump, one of the very few that actually relates to Jack Smith. He says, "Deranged Jack Smith is being decimated before Congress." Classic all caps Trumpism there. We love to see it. "It was over when they discussed his past failures and unfair prosecutions. He destroyed many lives under the guise of legitimacy. Jack Smith is a deranged animal who shouldn't be allowed to practice law." Okay, Donald, let's hit the pause there. Deranged animal. Calling other people deranged animal right now. Don't cast stones from glass houses, Donald. Yeah. Let's continue. "If he were a Republican, his license would be taken away from him, and far worse." Actually, I don't know about that. I feel like if Jack Smith was a Republican, he would probably be given a presidential medal of honor. He would be wined and dined at the White House. He would become a Republican national treasure, and Donald Trump would put him on this pedestal of a honest, truth-telling Republican lawyer who he could prance around and use to just get his rocks off and just show that there's a legal mind who's able to defend the amazing Trump presidency. If Jack Smith was a Republican, he would probably be defended to no ends by you and your cronies because you just love to do that to every single one of your own who will suck up to the big boss man. But either way, let's continue. "Hopefully, the Attorney General is looking at what he's done, including some of the crooked and corrupt witnesses that he was attempting to use in his case against me. The whole thing was a Democrat scam. A big price should be paid by them for what they have put our country through." Yes, yeah, no, very, very normal. A Democrat scam. Yeah, sure. You know what? That's fine. You don't sound weird or insane at all, Donald. You sound normal. You sound good, actually. You sound really good. Let's let them have it. You know what? It's fine. He can have this one, right? He can have this one. So yeah, let's move away from that for now and take a look at Trump's obsession with the polls. He had a ton of posts about his poll numbers right now because he just can't handle the reality that he's unpopular. Yeah, I know. So let's start with this one right here where he says, "Something has to be done about fake polls. They are truly out of control. We have the greatest economy in the history of our country." False. "We have the strongest border in history." Unfortunately, potentially true. "Nobody has ever done a job like I have done, and they have me now in the low 40s. You're actually more like in the high 30s, bud. So, you know, let's get the numbers right. "The Democrats destroyed healthcare. I'm trying to fix it, and they give me fake low numbers. Fake polls on the economy, on the border, on just about everything are ridiculous and dangerous." So let's just take a pause right there because there's a ton of pollsters that are saying this, right, Don? This isn't just, one or two polls out there from the woke, left-leaning MSNBC, woke mind virus. This is most Americans are actually pretty over with your BS, actually. He then says, "The real polls have been great." Haven't been seeing those. "But they refuse to print them." There it is. Okay. "This is no different than a writer who is corrupt, of which there are many. The New York Times and so many others print polls that are knowingly false." Okay. "They have become deranged and sick. They suffer from a major case of Trump derangement syndrome." Okay, I'm just gonna we're gonna be done with that one for now. So the New York Times and all of these pollsters have Trump derangement syndrome when they're literally just asking Americans like what they think. So I guess 60% of the country, almost 70% of the country has Trump derangement syndrome now, and just not your diehard 30% of people who will literally run off a cliff for you. Cool. It's good to hear. But, it's nice to see that Trump is, seeing these polls, because it actually, it does feel good to know that he knows that he is just an unpopular cretin. Like, imagine him looking at this poll right here.
As our political director, David Chalian, said this morning, you really have to squint hard to find even a small piece of good news for the president in this poll. A majority of the country, 58%, say President Trump's first year has been a failure. That includes 2/3 of independent voters. Now, why is that? Across the board, Americans disapprove of how the president is handling every major issue. He's at 39% on the economy, 42% on immigration. Those are two of the biggest reasons that voters say they sent him back to the White House.
Those are the real numbers you are talking about, Donald, because people don't like you. Every poll I'm seeing has you underwater, and your petulant little melting baby brain just can't comprehend the fact that nobody likes you. You cry foul and Trump derangement syndrome this, and every time someone doesn't like you, you just say they have TDS. But what's going to happen when everyone has TDS, when everyone has this syndrome where they all just don't like you because you suck? But in case you were wondering, yes, he did post another paragraph exactly 10 minutes later, complaining some more about the fake polls. And his name game here is getting kind of weak, guys. I'm a little worried about him, because he used to be like the name-calling machine, right? But now everything is just fake news this, low rating that. It doesn't have the sauce, He says, fake and fraudulent polling should be virtually a criminal offense. As an example, all of the anti-Trump media that covered me during the 2020 election showed polls that were knowingly wrong. They knew what they were doing, trying to influence the election, but I won in a landslide. Landslide? Okay. Including winner, the popular vote. All 7 of the 7 swing states, the Electoral College was a rout, and 2,750 counties to 525. You can't do much better than that. I can think of a lot of presidents that have done better than that, but let's move on. And yet, if people examined the failing New York Times, ABC fake news, NBC fake news, CBS fake news, low-rating CNN, or the now-defunct MSDNC, polls were all fraudulent and bore nothing even close to the final results. Come on, man! Where's the juice? Where's the CNN, the Communist News Network, or the New York Crimes? It's sitting right there. Give us something, dude. I did like MSDNC. I thought that one was pretty good, but come on, man. He's losing it. But also, in this day and age, calling CBS fake news when you are Donald Trump? CBS is now another puppet for the regime, right? Barry Weiss is at the helm of this corporation now, and just like the levels of BS coming out of CBS now are just like completely beyond. And still, yet Trump is like, no, they're woke fake CBS. They're for you, dog. CBS is just another Fox at this point. But in case you were curious, yes, he did post another complaint about his poll numbers, but we're just going to skip over that one because you can take a look. It's kind of all the same thing. Trump then went on to post about how much he loves MLK and that he's not racist, something very famously that racist people do and say all the time when they're being called racist. He reposts this saying, in honor of MLK Day, did you know that President Trump helped create Martin Luther King Jr. International Freedom Games in 1966? Trump helped Burt Lancaster, a veteran athlete and activist, to make the award. Okay, thank you for that practically useless information, Bo. Did you know that President Donald Trump is the only sitting president in U.S. history to not post or say anything about MLK on MLK Day since its inception? Yeah, I think that's a little bit more important than this thing you did in 1966. You didn't give any proof of that, by the way. I'm not saying it's false. It's just you didn't give any proof. Trump then posts this video of longtime Trump supporter Alveda King, MLK's niece, defending the president and calling him not racist. Take a look.
President Trump is not a racist. I've been with the president recently quite a bit, and when he signed the legislation making the historic site, Martin Luther King site in Atlanta, Georgia, a national park, it was introduced by Congressman John Lewis, and that, believe it or not, that's one thing the two of them did together. It took two to do it, and I'm so glad the president has done it.
This is the best defense I've seen. I mean, no one can call Trump racist anymore, guys, right? Like, hands down, he is the least racist person. He named a park after MLK, right? Like, now I'm not like dogging on that. That's a good thing, right? Naming a park after MLK, having it as a national monument, historic park in MLK's honor, good thing. 2 thumbs up, no complaints there. However, but to use that moment, to use what Trump did in that moment, and then just claim, okay, he did this one thing, therefore, vis-a-vis, he is not a racist. Like, that's not That's not how it works. Also, this happened in 2018. That was 8 years ago. He was racist 8 years ago, but he's also racist now. Like, we're looking at this one instance where he, commemorated a park after MLK, which, again, thumbs up from this guy. That's a good thing, but Trump has also called for the execution of the Central Park Five. He implemented the Muslim ban. He has extended the voting restrictions for black and brown communities across the United States. He called Somalians and their country garbage. He's sending ICE agents to terrorize immigrant communities. And on top of all of that, the dude has a very lengthy history of being a complete and utter racist in his personal and business life. Like, calling Trump a racist is practically like calling the Pope Catholic. I seriously think some people believe that if a person doesn't say, like, a racial slur, then they aren't racist, right? That's the only bar that people have to meet. It's like, did you say a slur? No, not racist. It doesn't matter whatever horrific things they've done besides that are definitely racist. I feel like that's the metric for a lot of people. But don't worry, he didn't just post about MLK. He also posted about voter fraud in Nevada. Still on that 2020 election cope, I see. It lost every lawsuit, by the way. Just a complete failure across the board. Cry more, you suck. Plus your hands are purple and you're not getting into heaven. Whoa, where did that come from? Whoa. Well, it's true. So, moving on. He also posted some cope about Michigan 2020 voter fraud as well on top of the all Nevada stuff, so you can clearly see where his mind's at right now. Just want to say again, clearly, obviously, no proof of any elaborate voter fraud in 2020. And if there was voter fraud found, most of it was actually to benefit Donald Trump. So let's cool it with the 2020 talk, Donald. It's getting kind of old. He then posts this clip with the caption, CNN calling President Trump the most influential president of this century is going to be proven true when history is written about him freeing the world from globalist central banking rot, enslaving citizens around the world in every country to pillage wealth to themselves. I don't know if these people know this, but influential can be bad. Like, the word influential can have a negative connotation. Just because take a look at this clip, because they aren't complimenting Trump here.
Trump's remaking the United States of America. We can start there with tariffs. What are we talking about? No tacos for Trump. The effective tariff rate, get this, 18%. It is the highest, Omar, the highest since the 1930s, up from, get this, just 2% last year. How about net migration into the United States? Get this, it's down. It's going to be down at least 60%. We may be dealing with, get this, negative net migration to the United States in 2025. That would be the first time there is negative net migration in this country in at least 50 years.
Tariffs famously are very terrible for countries when adopted the way Trump is doing it. Huge drops in migration are also famously extremely bad for every nation this has happened in. Like, seriously, the influential part of this whole thing is he's influential in the bad way, right? Seriously, like, what the hell is Trump's problem here? Posting this as a praise for himself, or is he just intentionally being obtuse? Because at the very best, he's just being childish, and at the worst, just completely downright moronic. Trump and his followers are just drinking way too much of the Kool-Aid here, and his Truth Social just goes to show the mental state of the president right now. He is erratic, he is irrational, he's not living in reality, and he's got plenty of people just following the Pied Piper down this road. He switches his focus on a dime and will spend hours hate posting on his dying, ad-riddled social media platform to, at most, 15 to 20,000 people, and most of those people are probably bots. But there are so many posts to take a look at, but you are now all caught up on the best of the best, and I don't want you diving into the cesspool that is Truth Social. Like, seriously, that site sucks. But I think that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. I really appreciate it. Again, if you like this video, be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. We want to hear your thoughts about this and anything else. So please leave a comment down below and have a nice day. Appreciate it. I'm Iago Lashua. Goodbye.